Hey, Wednesday today. Hump day for some people, I guess, if that's the way you look at your week. And yeah, a bit of a strange morning this morning. I sort of sent off a mercy parcel to my friend who's at Her Majesty's pleasure. And I'm just glad to get that sorted out because she's only allowed to have one, so that seems a bit harsh. Anyway, that brings me today to talk about friends really and friendships. And I'm blessed with a lot of friends, and you know, true friends. And I think there's kind of several reasons for this. One is that I haven't got any brothers or sisters, so when I was growing up, I was always quite amenable to making friends with people. Um, but also, the other side of that coin is because I was quite used to spending time on my own. I was never sort of clingy with my friends or anything like that. So, well, I don't think I was anyway. I'm sure I wasn't. So I'm sure they'd let me know. And then, of course, I spent 18 years running a pub, and when you run a pub, you're everyone's friend. And that's quite interesting, really, because I remember before I was with the daughter's mum, I had an English girlfriend, and I remember I used to say to her, when you're running the pub, you have to realise, there's a big difference between your friends and customers. There's a difference between people being friendly to you and people actually being your friend. Because when you run a pub, you're providing people with beer. So of course they're going to be your friend, and they want you to be theirs. It's no criticism or anything. And but it was interesting after I left the pub because there was a lot of people who I thought, and this is in no way a criticism of them at all. And in fact, this whole thing is not a criticism of anyone. It's just the way things are. There was quite a few people who I thought I would still sort of like stay in touch with and would be friends after I left the pub. And no, that really didn't happen. And then there was quite a lot of other people who I thought would, I wouldn't see anything from, or they wouldn't have any time for me at all. And they were the people who actually wound up to be, sort of be really quite friendly. That's quite an interesting one, and I don't know, it's friendships. It's a strange one. A lot of people say, internet friend, or Facebook friendships aren't true friendships. Well, I beg to differ there. I've got a good friend up in Stoke, and we became friendly through both being involved in the anti-racist, anti-fascist thing going on. And I've never met Kevin, never met him at all. I think we've spoken once on Skype, but we speak a lot, like through the week, and we're both on the same page on a lot of things. And he's a man that I would trust with my life, and yet I've never met him, and I know he feels the same about me. Likewise, I've got a lot of friends in America who I know I could go over there, and if I wanted to sort of like, if I was stuck, they would, quite happily put me up, and and vice versa. If they were over here, they'd be more than welcome to stay with me. And it's a strange one. I mean, it really is a strange one, and it always amazes me and delights me how people come up trumps. On two occasions in the last sort of 3 years, I've found myself homeless. And on both these occasions, my good friend Rob, I'm sure he won't mind me saying that, he's a funny old bugger, he's an absolute avid Coronation Street freak. Both times, I haven't even had to ask anything. He just said, "Come and stay with me," and he's just been as good as gold, and he's good as gold. He's got a heart of gold, And having friends like that is just absolutely amazing. It really is. And and also, I think a good test of friendship is when you don't see that person for a long time and you can still talk to them. And I was, when the referendum thing was going on in Scotland, their independence referendum, because I came out quite strongly in favour, and suddenly I suddenly found myself with a lot of Scottish friends, and many of whom are still good friends. I mean, like Wendy, Leslie Ann, and Yvonne. And I was talking to one of those because, but my best friend at college was a Glaswegian, and one of the girls was saying, "Oh, do you keep in touch with any of your friends from college?" I said, "Well, no." I said, "It's a shame, really." I said, "Well, my best mate, he come from Glasgow," and she said, "Well, have you been in touch with him?" I said, "God, dear," I said, "It's got to be the best part of 40 years since we've spoken to each other." And it's one of those weird things I don't know, it's synchronicity or whatever. And that next day, and he contacted me out of the blue on Facebook. And ever since then, we speak to each other most days, or at least contact each other most days. I've got another good friend, Graham, who, again, I've never met. We've spoken to each other on Skype, and we speak to each other, like early mornings. He's another one of the sort of like 3 o'clock club, And yeah, it is a strange one, but I think that the thing is we all need friends, and we all need our friends, and it's nice to be independent, and it's nice to do things on your own, but it's so nice to have friends, and it's that thing that makes life so much nicer, like the old song says, the cream in your coffee or whatever, So, yeah, here's to friends, really, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers, bye bye.